Hello everyone, now we begin with the third round of fight cards, which means bots will begin to qualify. Our first match of this episode, we see the Son of Wyachi taking on a Blue Flame, and if Son of Wyachi wins this fight, they get a tournament berth, and for Blue Flame, they just want to win here so they can have a better chance at making the tournament. And so a lot at stake for both bots here, and Blue Flame wants to get at least 200 wins to get a even career record, which they need to win. They can win this fight. They can almost clinch that. And for Son of Wyachi, they want to avoid their first loss of the season and mainly of their career. So let's see down in the pits who has a better chance to win and who actually wins this fight. Let's go down to the pits to find out. Let the bot battle begin. And the first job goes to Blue Flame. Another nice job by Blue Flame. Blue Flame trying to take control of this fight here. They are doing so far. And they're continuing getting under Son of Wyachi. It's a good job by Blue Flame. Son of Wyachi's toe weapon's kind of high. It's hard for Son of Wyachi to really hit Blue Flame because Blue Flame is really low. And so far, the advantage is going to Blue Flame, but Son of Wyachi is starting to get some good hits in here too. Very even fight so far. Blue Flame they do kind of have reliability issues, but so far they are now putting Son of Wyachi in the screws. Son of Wyachi almost out of the arena, but they get back in. The screws are reversing. And great pop-ups by Blue Flame. They're laying on Son of Wyachi. Son of Wyachi has to respond with something here, or they're going to lose this fight. Son of Wyachi doing a great job. Another nice jab by Blue Flame. And there goes that bar on top of Son of Wyachi. That is not good. This is the first time we've seen it fall off this season. And the fight is over. Blue Flame had most of every advantage you could possibly get. They popped up Son of Wyachi many times, putting him in the screws around 2 or 3 times. And they got every pop-up they needed to win this fight. Son of Wyachi had some great counters, but not enough to really sway this fight for Son of Wyachi to take advantage. And eventually that bar of Son of Wyachi came off, which that armor for Son of Wyachi, that really hurt them. And Blue Flame using the screws threw him out of the arena to make Son of Wyachi go 2-1. Now as Blue Flame advances to 2-1. Great win by Blue Flame. Now we see Deadlift take on Kill Fang. If Kill Fang wins this fight, they will get a berth into the tournament automatic bid. And for Deadlift, their season not decided at all here. And so for Deadlift, they have a little bit of a redesign. That lifter can lift a lot higher now, and that weapon has been reinforced to make it a lot stronger so that it doesn't break upon impact when it was another bot. And so for Kill Fang, they're gonna have to get under Deadlift's new redesign. And Deadlift, all they have to do is use that lifter to their advantage to get under Kill Fang, and they can really control Kill Fang around and maybe end this fight. Let's see who gets the win down in the pits. Let's head over there right now. Let the bot battle begin. And it's looking like Deadlift's going to get under and take full control of Kill Fang. Not a good start for Kill Fang. They need to get under. And a great job by Deadlift once again, getting under with that lifter. Deadlift doing a great job of controlling this fight so far. I think under again. And as they throw Kill Fang out of the arena. Deadlift got under in every 4 to 5 exchanges that these two bots had, and eventually threw Kill Fang out of the arena to send Kill Fang to 2-1. Great win by Deadlift, and so far their redesign has been improved. Now we see a match between Hammerhead and Switchback. Both of these bots are sitting at 1-1, so that means neither of these bots' seasons will be decided in this fight. For Hammerhead, they really have no way to lose this fight unless they make a bunch of mistakes, because they have the overall ground game, since the Switchback doesn't really have any ground game. So this should be a pretty easy win for Hammerhead. Or Switchback can somehow go to the back or flip over Hammerhead, which could cause trouble for Hammerhead. And so we'll have to see who can win this fight down in the pits. Let's head over there right now. Let the bot battle begin. Great start by Switchback a little bit, trying to give them something Hammerhead, but they're struggling to find ways. They're cutting to the backside there. They do, but they can't really hit much of a Hammerhead, which is not going to help the Switchback at all. They can get a little bit of damage, but not a ton to really change this fight unless they somehow flip Hammerhead over, once they can really take over. That's going to be hard to do for Switchback, as Hammerhead takes control, letting Switchback to spin up because they know they can't. But Switchback has basically no chance. And now they're using that hammer as a little bit of as a front hinge flipper, and they get Switchback almost out of the arena. Switchback struggling to stay in. They're fighting to stay in, but the fight is over. Well, I think we could have all predicted how that fight was going to go. Hammerhead got under and let Switchback do the shots on Hammerhead, because Hammerhead had no chance of losing this fight. And Hammerhead just controlled them around the arena, putting them in the screws, and then eventually throwing Switchback out of the arena, as they get the second win of the season. Up next, we have Copperhead taking on Diablo. Both bots this season are sitting at 1-1, which means their season won't be decided by this fight. And so if both bots want to go 2-1, and so for Copperhead, either way they win this fight or lose this fight, they might get better of a redesign in general and be more like the real Copperhead, more the color scheme. And so for Diablo, they all stay the exact same. And this should be a pretty good fight between two very good powerful spinners. But let's see who can get the win and go to 2-1 on this season down in the pits. Let's head over there right now. Let the bot battle begin. Diablo getting under on the first exchange. Getting under again. Trying to put Copperhead in the screws to tip him over. You know, Copperhead can't do any damage that way. And they're trying to get him on their head. That has not worked yet. And as part of that, something comes off of Diablo there. Not good for Diablo. And they tip Copperhead on their head. And the fight is over. I don't think people expected for Diablo to beat a lower bot in this fight. Diablo got under and put Copperhead on their head, and then eventually threw Copperhead out of the arena to take the second win of their career and season. Now we have the main event between Red Devil and Fusion. Red Devil is sitting at 5 more wins than Fusion. And so, for Red Devil to win this fight, they have to get under Fusion. And if you remember, these two bots fought back in, I believe, the round of 16 of the first season, where Red Devil was a 1 seed and Fusion was, I believe, a 8 seed. And so these are basically a rematch, but with Red Devil built a lot better. And so this should be a very good and very interesting fight. Let's see who can get the win and improve to 2-1. Let the bot battle begin, and Red Devil getting under in the first exchange, but now Fusion getting under. Fusion might get a new vertical spinner in the near future. That's when I decided to redesign them. And Red Devil getting under a little bit, but so far really back and forth between these two machines. Fusion, last time they lost this fight, they were looking to get revenge here against Red Devil. And so far it's very even between these two machines. Fusion switching between the vertical and horizontal. Great use by Fusion. And now Red Devil gets under again, putting Fusion in the screws, trying to weaken up Fusion a little bit so they can get under better. And there goes half of that horizontal. That horizontal can no longer come into play. Not good for Fusion, but they almost never use that horizontal. That vertical does a lot more damage anyways. And so Red Devil trying to get Fusion out of the arena, not really working. They might have to go with a different strategy here in this fight. But they're keeping Fusion on the screws. And now they put Fusion on their head. Great start by Red Devil. And they're trying to finish this fight. And they made a good, not a good move by putting Fusion back on their, where they could drive. And Fusion doing a horrible job so far as Red Devil's taking control. Fusion tries to get back under again, but they are met with those forks of Red Devil. And as Fusion gets under again, rams them and breaks off that main part of that hammer for Red Devil. Not good for Red Devil. It really can affect them now as Fusion puts them in the screws, trying to take full advantage. Red Devil is starting to fall apart here. Not good for Red Devil. Red Devil almost out of the arena. Fusion cannot reach them. Red Devil goes back in their arena, and the fight's over.
Knockout.
What a great fight this was. Red Devil had some control against Fusion, carrying him around a little bit, but Fusion had some great hits of their own and some counters. Fusion was the main person on the screws because Red Devil was trying to weaken those forks up, but it didn't really affect Fusion because they still found a way to get under Red Devil because Red Devil was not fully to the ground, and Red Devil even broke off part of that horizontal spinner, which never comes into play for Fusion. But Red Devil has some struggles of their own, which they cannot overcome in the end. And for Red Devil, they put Fusion on their head, which was a great move, but then they made a bad mistake of putting where Fusion could drive and do more damage, which didn't really help them in the end. And for Fusion, they broke off that hammer of Red Devil, which helped them a ton. And for Red Devil, they never really found a way after that to get under Fusion, and that really led to their downfall as Fusion put him in the screws one last time to get the win. Great win by Fusion. Next episode, we will see fights between Mad Catter, Monochrome, Huge taking on Bloodsport, Sawblaze taking on Barricade, Doc taking on Endgame, and then in the main event, Cobalt taking on Whiplash. These will be all the fights next episode. Should be a great one. See you in the next episode. Bye.